I'm excited. Today's day one of Inner Circle Category Kings. This is the program I've been thinking about for like 2 or 3 years. And I was nervous launching because it's not cheap. And I was like, what if people don't sign up? Like, I'm gonna feel really dumb. But it sold out in 2 days. And so it's happening. The Category Kings are coming. We've got the author of the book, Play Bigger, which is where I learned about the concept of Category Kings, coming and speaking today. Like, what? It's gonna be insane. I'm really excited. I get to sit back and learn today. And these are all like my favorite people. It's like all the coolest people from Inner Circle who all upgraded up. We've got Annie Grace, who is trying to take over the whole alcohol addiction market and become the category king there. We've got Brad and Ryan Lee, who are trying to become the category kings of the financial industry. Rachel Peterson. We've got like, I don't have the list off the top of my head, but there's tons of them and they're amazing and they're gonna be awesome. Anyways, the category kings are here.
For me, the thing that has grown me the most has been this room, this group. And so the last 2 years not having you guys in the room to be able to hang out with and talk and brainstorm has been something I've missed a lot. But on top of that, it's just like, it's been hard for me to continue to grow. And so I'm excited because I feel like this is like my chance to like go to school as well, to learn from all of you guys and your businesses. So I'm pumped for that. And so as we were talking about bringing back the Inner Circle, I was like, I want different levels of the Inner Circle this time. I want us to be in groups where we're all having, businesses at similar level, where we can have similar conversations. And so we built this tier. We decided to call it the Category Kings, because most of you guys who are in this room are the category king or queen, or you're trying to become that of your business and your industry. And so when we kind of named that this level of group, I was like, oh my gosh, how cool would it be to have Dave come and actually talk to you guys about this, and we can have a workshop and go deeper. And selfishly, it's because I wanted to go deeper. But with that said, our special guest today, let's put our hands together for Dave Peterson.
But we're gonna start with my favorite topic, the problem. All of these categories that we sort of just take for granted started with a very simple problem that the entrepreneurs did not want to suffer through anymore.
Let's bring Russell up, give him a big round of applause. Russell, come on up, buddy.
One of my biggest things I noticed yesterday is all of us view the world through our own lens, right? Like for Pedro, for example, if someone gives him a problem, he's like, boom, we should do a challenge, we're gonna crush it, and boom, right? If you talk to Barry and Blue, they're like, we should do a live event. Like, everyone's got the lens that they kind of view the world through, especially like the marketing world, right? Like we all have our skill sets and we know like how we would tackle most problems. And so for me yesterday, it was interesting because I was thinking about, in my mindset, when I start things, like the problem is not the first thing that I look at. For me, the first thing I look at is the offer. It's always step number one. Then from the offer, I'm okay, is it an improvement offer or is it a new opportunity? And I start going from there. And as I was thinking through it, the offers that really crushed it were the ones where I had unknowingly, but the messaging solved a very big market problem. It was really fascinating. And so as I was last night mapping out, just kind of yesterday in my own head, I was thinking about this, like we start with a problem, and then the lens now that I look at everything through is like, okay, in fact, if you guys have ever had consults with me or we've talked one-on-one on stuff and you're like, my offer's struggling, the next layer for me is like, okay, well, is it an improvement offer, right? Or is it a new opportunity? People that buy improvement are ambitious. How many of you guys in this room are ambitious? Yeah, this room, you guys are the ambitious ones, right? People that buy new opportunities are buying based off of desire, right? And who has desire? Everybody's got desire, right? But the problem is that most of our offers, most people, in fact, if any of you guys are stuck at a certain level, my guess, if we were to like look at what you're actually doing, most of you are still probably selling an improvement offer. There are definitely times I'm selling something I think is gonna crush it and then it doesn't, and then when I step back and I look at it, it's because I've shifted from new opportunity to improvement offer. This is like again, this is where like the level that I think about things so much, but like yesterday was really fun for me because looking back to like starting and leading with the problem, and then from there it's like, okay, what is the new opportunity that I can create? New opportunity that feeds off people's desires. Now, after you kind of go through this level, new opportunity, then for me, the next phase is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna create an actual offer, right? So I know the problem, I know what the new opportunity is, I'm gonna go create an offer. right? We talk a lot about this, like how do you create an offer, how do you create as much value as possible to create an irresistible offer. And a lot of times for most of us, definitely for me, it's not the very first thing we put out, right? When ClickFunnels launched, we created an offer and the product was the same, but the offer was wrong, right? So we launched it and the first offer was like, hey, 2-week free trial, like that was the offer, and then that didn't convert. So like a 2-week free trial plus a bunch of bonuses, that didn't convert. We tried to think again and again and again. It wasn't until when I had a chance to go speak at a live event, and I changed the offer, and we launched it from stage, and it crushed it, right? And half the room ran over. They were like throwing credit cards, and like the first table rush I'd seen in a long time, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know it. Like I know how to position this new opportunity. In fact, if you looking back now, the first versions of this were all improvement. It was like a better way to do funnels, a faster way to do funnels. These were all improvements. The new one was actual new opportunity. During us doing live webinars, this is where we started transitioning that offer and tweaking it, right? Initially, the offer was just like, hey, for $1,000 you get ClickFunnels for 6 months, plus you're gonna get our course, plus you're gonna get this, and that was the original offer, right? And that did good, but it wasn't a grand slam offer to keep tweaking the messaging, and after one of the webinars, I remember I decided to make one tweak, and the tweak was, what if instead of selling the software, we sell the course and give them the software for free? Same offer, but just positioned differently. When we shifted it from buy ClickFunnels for you get 6 months of ClickFunnels and this and this and this to buy the course and you get ClickFunnels for free for 6 months, that was the shift that turned this thing into a grand slam offer. This went from, we did about $1 million in sales. The next 12 months we did 10 million. The next 12 months was like 50 million. Like it just, that offer, when we hit it and we structured right, it just blew up and went crazy. And it's interesting as I'm looking, I think all of us here are looking for like what's next, like what's the next level in our business, next level scale. And I realized yesterday that the problem that I was solving 7 years ago when we launched ClickFunnels is not the problem we're solving today, which is why conversions are down on a lot of these things, because I'm still trying to solve for a problem that's been solved by us and then other people. And so I don't know about you guys, but that was like the thing for me, just thinking through, okay, I got to shift the problem, and then from there, I got to create the new opportunity of today. Right? 7 years ago, the new opportunity was a funnel for me. Like that was the thing. Like I show people like, oh my gosh, the funnel is the greatest thing in the world. But now that's not the new opportunity for the marketplace. Like I got to figure out the problem I'm solving, and from there develop new opportunity, and then from there recraft the new offer and what's going to be. And I don't know what the answer is yet, but this is stuff going through my head, and hopefully for you guys as well, it's going through your head as well.
But for an entrepreneur, like what's your best investment? It's yourself. It's your business, right? If you can invest in your mindset, your skill sets, your network, the room where it happens, you can go take those investments and turn them into multiples. Dollars turn into 2, 10, 20. So our main focus with entrepreneurs, we've realized, isn't to necessarily say, hey, let's show you how to get a 10% return in real estate. It's to give you a return on your attention and give you the permission to acknowledge that your business is your best investments.
But this is the way that I think. I think fast. I make fast actions. I will take the stuff from here and I will implement it like tonight. Maybe already, I've already sent some emails and information. I heard Rachel, she was like, I already did this thing. And I looked over at my table and they were like, oh yeah, she acts really fast. I was like, okay, I see. I got somebody to compete with now. So I act really fast. And I've seen Russell act really fast, and that's why I resonate with him. Like he acts, he goes, and you guys all do that. So it's really cool to be in this room with you guys.
Movement-making marketing becomes really successful when you transition slightly from the hero's two journeys and you tell your story from the perspective of the guide and you make your customer the hero. And that's just a slight shift, but it can change everything in your marketing. I think Russell does this really, really well. You are one funnel away. You are on your next thing. And so Russell himself, as the reluctant hero, can fade into the background and he becomes a guide. We want our customers to be Luke while we're Yoda, right? We want them to be Harry while we're Dumbledore. And I think that's just something to keep in mind, and it's really made a difference for me. I think it's vital.
Guys, let me say this about this challenge framework. You all know I'm heavily biased, clearly. This thing is the gift that keeps on giving. There's nothing this thing can't do. There's so many nuances. You can just create what, I mean, it's so, I still don't think I don't even think I've tapped 10% of what this thing has to offer. Like this, there's just so many nuances at each step of it.
Now, I know some of you are thinking, well, Krista, you make a lot of money because you are just have so much energy. Yes, that's true. Energy sells, enthusiasm sells, confidence sells. I exhibit those like a master while I'm on stage because I believe in my product, okay? You don't have to be like me. Russell's an introvert. Barry said he did it. Barry and Blue, we're totally opposite. This will work for everybody. You have to believe in yourself. Belief in self is like one of the main things you need to learn.
Oh, you missed out literally on, like, here was like, how do I start a business? How do I grow a business? How do I scale a business? This is like, how do I scale from, you know, most people in this room are $5 to $10 million a year. It's like from there to the next to the next. So anyway, you missed out.